Hello, everyone. This is the unique show, Legacy of Leaders, and I'm your host, John Heyman. Everybody is wondering about money these days, so banks exist to help us with mortgages, car loans, savings accounts, and everything else. And I'm very excited today to have as my guest Ahmed Aedan. So I hope I didn't mess up your name too badly, from First Citizens Bank, and he's going to talk a lot about what he does for the bank and also how that benefits you as well. So welcome to the show. Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do.
Thank you so much for having me. I work at First Citizens Bank. I started there, actually started at a company called CIT, and here in Jacksonville. And I did a kind of a rotational program through their finance department. Right now I work through financial planning and analysis for First Citizens Bank. CIT and First Citizens had a merger back in 22. So now I'm with that new organization. And basically I help the company with forecasting, budgeting their expenses, making sure that people are, got their department set up correctly, they've got their budgets correctly, things along those lines, essentially.
Ahmed, so this is not financial planning for individual customers of the bank. This is actually financial planning, forecasting, perhaps, for the bank itself, correct?
For the bank itself, correct. But the bank, the First Citizens Bank itself, does offer wealth management as well.
Yeah.
So, First Citizens Bank has been in business for 125 years. I mean, they've been here since 1898.
Wow.
So it's a long-lasting business, right? And CIT, the company I started with back in 2017, also a 100 years old company. So these are companies that been in business a long time, they know what they're doing, and they have this sort of ability to be long-lasting. And in business, being able to strive and be stable, especially as a bank, and show that, right, is important for customers and it's important for clients.
Yeah,
right?
it shows stability for the company.
Exactly.
So you said they merged in 2017?
So the merger between CIT and First Citizen happened in 2022.
Oh, okay,
So it's a
just
pretty,
last.
yeah,
okay,
it's a pretty
last
recent
year.
merger.
Okay.
And
And you survived it.
I survived
A lot
it.
of people don't survive mergers.
Absolutely.
Congratulations.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. And a big reason for that really is it's one of those really smart mergers, because if you think about it, CIT was both a commercial bank and had a consumer arm as well. But we really specialize in commercial banking. And First Citizens Bank has a really big consumer banking segment. So you have this sort of synergy when the two banks came together, where we had the commercial banking expertise and they have the consumer banking expertise, and now you have this whole brand new organization that can just combine both, right, and provide for their clients, be it consumer, being commercial, whether, for me personally, like I work in the equipment financing business within First Citizens Bank here in Jacksonville. And,
So most of your dealings are with real estate companies, builders, and homeowners? Is that correct?
So for equipment financing, we actually deal a lot with the commercial side. So you're talking more office imaging, industrials, technology, those kind of vendors. And, anybody who really kind of needs to, lease equipment, basically, right? And CIT is a very recognizable name.
What does CIT stand for?
So CIT actually didn't really, there's no really acronym for it or anything, so it was just kind of CIT. But First Citizens Bank, right, which is the actual, the new entity, right? Or the combined entity now, it's still First Citizens Bank. It's the equipment financing business here in Jacksonville. This is sort of the, they have the ability to sort of garner this long-standing reputation.
Okay.
Right,
Yeah.
in the business.
So I'm going to compliment you. In order to survive a merger, excuse me, you must be good at what you do. So congratulations on that. I also have heard of First Citizens Bank in what they do for the community. What is their favorite charity or nonprofit that they support?
So First Citizens Bank supports the, one of the primary institutions is Teen Cancer America.
Okay.
So, obviously, so many people are impacted by cancer, right? And one of the ways, First Citizens can give back to the community is through Teen Cancer America, right? And This is sort of
Do they hold funding drives for them?
there's funding, there's sort of financial, right?
Okay.
Help. There's
Yeah.
also awareness campaigns, right? There is the ability to kind of just bring people aware about the issues that are really
Yeah.
plaguing it, right?
Yeah.
And even, because I work in the equipment finance side of it, right? So we have our own kind of local organizations that we also support in here through food drives.
Oh, do you
through,
really? Could you name
so-
one
So
for me?
we have the Feed I think
Feed Northeast Florida.
Florida.
Great organization.
Oh yeah, and there's a bit of because we have the equipment finance business that's in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And there's one in Portsmouth.
Yeah.
And we have sort of like a friendly competition.
Right, right, yeah.
Who can do the most, right?
Yeah.
Do the most good,
Yeah.
right? And bring people to really try and strive to help the community,
Yeah.
right? In whatever way we can.
Yeah, we're coming into the holiday season. People think about, do
Absolutely.
I have a turkey for Christmas? Where do I go for dinner? I don't have any money.
Right.
So an organization such as that would be tremendous. So please give our regards back to your bosses and bosses that we hold that in high esteem here at Client Focused Media. So last question.
Yeah.
You are a leader in your own right. There are people watching the show. What advice would you give to a leader, whether they're an up-and-coming leader or an existing leader? How can they be more effective?
That's a great question. So we have the president of Equipment Finance. He talks to us about, Mike Jones, he talks about servant leadership, right? And the meaning of what it means to really be a servant leader, right? And I think that promotes a certain culture within the employee base, right, that goes outside and shows up to the clients, because a servant leader is somebody who takes care of their own people.
Yeah.
Right. You take care of your own people, your own employees. In turn, those employees will go and take care of your clients and customers. And this is a key thing that I see it personally in our culture, right? And having a strong leader who can go and say, be honest, have straight talk, listen to the people, and take that feedback, and when it's right, act on it, right? And that will translate to a strong culture, which will translate to better performance, right, when you talk to your clients, when you talk to your customers and build relationships.
Right. Well, I'm glad First Citizens Bank has a guy like you there who has a good heart for the community. The bank supports local nonprofits. They're helping businesses or helping the average consumer out there be better with their money.
Right.
And that's why you exist. So thank you, Ahmed, for being my guest today. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the series Legacy of Leaders you've been watching. I hope you have a wonderful day.